are you? How is your family? How are you?
Yeah, I am well. We're running from one channel to another channel, very busy with the Zoom, with the interviews, trying, to spread out my own impression about the situation. Very sad on what's really going on between the both sides. Sitting in front of the TV and getting more anger and anger on what's really going on.
Yeah. So first of all, I wanted to introduce you. Bassem is a good friend. Is a Palestinian human rights activist. Lives in East Jerusalem, right? In East Jerusalem.
Right.
Holds a Palestinian citizenship, and it's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to talk to you. And I wanted to ask you your opinion, and maybe your opinion of the other Palestinian people that you talk in the West Bank and maybe in Gaza. What is the impressions? Why this happened and why now?
As everyone knows, that the Hamas is functioning according to the Iranian agenda, but not to the Palestinian agenda. And looks like that they already received the order after the plans that Iran has been provided to them. And why these people became so ready to invade the southern of Israel, they decided to make it. Everybody knows that this is an Iranian war against Israel, but they are using their agents. Their agents are the Hamas and the Islamic Jihad in the south and the Hezbollah in the north. And I think that the Iranians believes that Israel has no right to exist. And they want to erase Israel from the map via these three terrorist organizations, which is called Hamas, Islamic Jihad, and Hezbollah.
Yeah. So many people in Brazil and in many other countries think that Hamas represents the Palestinian people, that they were elected, that they are a formal army. Many people said that the Hamas terrorist attacks on Israel happened because of radicalization of the right in Israel, of the politics, of the stagnation of the peace process that is not happening for the last 10 years. Do you agree with that?
I think that the Hamas is a terrorist organization. I don't think that the Hamas right now representing the Palestinians. I think that since probably 16 years ago, they are holding 2 million people in Gaza as hostages, sacrificing them from time to time while they are imposing wars and shooting rockets towards Israel. The Hamas knows that while they are shooting rockets towards Israel, Israel is not going to return roses to the Gaza Strip. Israel is going also to use its rockets. Unfortunately, civilians all the time are paying the price in any war around the world. But the Hamas, in the meantime, while they have more killed Palestinians in Gaza, they are benefiting from that. They are getting power, they are getting energy, and they are getting a lot of money. Look what's going on right now in Gaza. You have around 3,000 killed people, 10,000 injured people, over than 2,000 buildings has been completely demolished, and still the Hamas shooting rockets towards Israel. Instead to stand up and to go to those families to give condolences, instead to go to those families and to say, we are responsible on what's happened to you, they are shooting rockets and they are calling the word for a humanitarian aid. Which humanitarian aid you are calling for while you are shooting rockets? The world should have to tell Hamas, first of all, stop your shooting rockets, and then we will consider if to provide any humanitarian aid or not. This
And
is
also
what the
releasing
world,
and also releasing
exactly.
the releasing the
Yes,
hostages.
yes, of course, no doubt. But first of all, stop shooting the rockets. You couldn't shoot rockets and calling for humanitarian aid. That's not acceptable, and this is not logic.
Do you think that you have a lot of Palestinians in the West Bank that would agree with you at that
See,
point?
I think that the West Bank right now and the Israeli Arabs became so scared from the situation. I think that the Hamas is very upset how things are going so smoothly and so quiet in the West Bank and among the Israeli Arab. We remember the past wars while people used to demonstrate, while people used to make a huge propaganda. Right now, looks like to me everybody is so scared and no one want to be involved because the massacre and the genocide that the Hamas committed on Shabbat on October 7 in the southern of Israel.
I see. And let's talk a little bit about the aftermath. Do you think that the Israeli army will? Do you think that there is a wish of the Palestinians? Maybe they talk to you about the wish that Israel will destroy the military wing and the political wing and end once for all the rule of Hamas on Gaza, like the Israeli leaders said that they will do. Do you think that they're going to do that? And Palestinians will be happy if that happened?
See, I think in the Gaza Strip, since many, many years ago, people are waiting for someone to free them from Hamas. Free Gaza from Hamas. This is what we used to say in the past, probably 16 years. On the other side, looks like that the area or the Gaza Strip is a kind of a powder store that could be exploded also from within, which means through the people, even themselves. You know, what I want to tell you is a very important message. Okay. That Hamas did not provide anything to the Palestinians, and the evidence is what the people in Gaza experiencing under the rule of the Hamas. What the Hamas really did to the people. I used to say that after the Israeli withdrawal in 2004, I think that we, the Palestinians, and especially Hamas, almost destroyed in Gaza what remains from the Israelis. This is what's really going on. Hamas, Gaza used to be a Singapore, but unfortunately, the Hamas turned it into ISIS. Now the Hamas has been considered by the international community even more worse and even more dangerous than ISIS itself, and that's need a big standing from the international community to trash and to erase this organization from the map.
I see. Let's assume that Israel destroy all the Hamas capabilities and they and they actually to take over the government for temporarily in Gaza. You think that after the war that will dure a couple of weeks, maybe months, you think that after the war, who is going to control Gaza? It's going to be the Palestinian Authority? Is going to be a coalition of Arab countries? Is going to be the UN? I mean, there needs to be a very powerful force, military force, in order to ensure that Gaza will not become again a stronghold for terrorists.
You are right. I think that these days, Egypt is calling for an international conference. And I think that they set up the date. It's going to take place in Cairo on the 21st October this month. I believe that leaders who are going to attend such kind of summit are going also to discuss the future of Gaza after the Hamas. The question is, if this war will be able to trash Hamas. You know, these people hiding themselves among the civilians, behind the civilians. They are using their people as a human shield. And I am still doubt that if this war will take place even for 1 month, I am quite suspicious if Israel will be able to erase Hamas. So probably they will weaken Hamas. They will probably destroy the military capability of the Hamas, but the Hamas will still existing over there. And the question is that the international summit in Cairo, which agenda exactly they are going to discuss? Are they going also to stand beside Israel in terms to get rid from the Hamas and all of these terrorists who are hiding themselves in the Gaza Strip? That's a very big question. I think that Israel still need a kind of support in terms to erase the Hamas and the Islamic Jihad from the map.
I see. Missy, I have 2 more questions for you. First of all, do you think that in the near future after that is going to be possible to have a unified government of the Palestinian Authority inside of West Bank and Gaza, and maybe hold elections and maybe continue the peace process for a solution between Israelis and Palestinians?
This is exactly the expectation, that if Israel will be able to destroy the military capability of the Hamas, I believe that the Gaza Strip must have to come back under the Palestinian Authority, and then we can say that West Bank and Gaza are united. Elections, of course, should have to take place. I don't think that Abbas probably will be survive till that time. So probably we'll have a young leader who is ready, to think about the future of the Palestinian people and the Palestinian children. And I hope that that leader will be a moderate leader in terms to get immediately into a peace negotiations with the Israelis. I think that if we, the Palestinians, will be able to maintain security among ourselves, I believe that that's probably will pave the way towards a future peace between the Palestinians and the Israelis.
Perfect. And then my last question, Bassem, I know that your time is quite tight.
Yes.
We have a lot of demonstrations throughout the world, including in Brazil, of people that are very pro-Palestinians. Sometimes those pro-Palestinians, they are very against Israel. As a Palestinian, who is living in a place that is in the region. You belong to the Palestinian people. You belong to the Palestinian nation. And what is your message for those they are calling for Hamas to win? What is your message for those people that are protesting in the street against Israel with shouting anti-Semitic rants and many other slogans, and also siding with the Hamas? What is your message to those people as a Palestinian? How they can help you as a Palestinian, and how they can help you being a pro-Palestinian?
I think that those people outside the conflict who are demonstrating and supporting the Hamas are people who are causing damage to the Palestinian cause and to the Palestinians by them. My question to those people: whom authorized you to speak on my behalf? You came from Senegal, you came from Africa, you came, I don't know, from Asia, and you are just shouting how to cause damage to the state of Israel. This is your message, but such message will never ever help the Palestinians. I think that these people should have to stand away from what they are doing and to give the position to the Palestinians themselves who are living in the region to fix everything for themselves. You know, André, what makes me so sad on the Saturday of the 7th October, that some of those pro-Palestinians start dancing on the streets on the massacre committed against the Jewish people in the south of Israel. That's unbelievable. If a massacre became a victory in the 21st century, so that means that this is the end of humanity. I was really so sad to see on the TV, especially in Sweden, that people are dancing and singing on the massacre committed by the Hamas against the Jewish people in the south of Israel on the 7th of October. That's really very sad. They are the same people who used to dance on the 7th of October, right now are demonstrating against Israel and supporting the Hamas. They are the same people. So those people has unhuman, and those people has no principles in their lives.
Perfect. Bassem, thank you very much for your time. Keep safe.
Thank you.
I wish you good health and good news, and I hope your family and your loved ones and your friends are very well and safe in the West Bank
and
Gaza.
So much. Thank you.
And I hope to see you soon and drink a Arab coffee and eat a hummus together. Thank you very much. That would be great.